And we have this massive early vote turnout in Michigan. It's up 200%, a 200% increase in early votes cast from 2016. There's a poll out, the most recent poll, and I really don't know what this means, especially since there's been so much early vote. But this poll says Joe Biden 52, Donald Trump 43. That's a poll, presumably, of many people who've already voted.
First of all, Lawrence, I don't believe those polls. The polls in Michigan showed Hillary Clinton being up 8 to 12 points, and I didn't believe them then, and I don't believe those. I believe Michigan's competitive. I believe that Joe Biden, who has done a far better job of talking to the workers, talking to that hardworking man and woman who are worried about their job, or worried about COVID, worried about how their lives have been turned upside down. But look, I over the weekend had 50 Trump strong supporters came and surrounded me at a campus. I was not intimidated. I stood and talked to them, and at the end, the leader of it, and I bumped. But we had some intense conversations about the auto industry. I had to remind them about steel jobs at 1,500 the week before Christmas and another 350 in my hometown. There weren't there. The promises that were made 4 years ago that haven't been cut, the $50,000 job loss in the state of Michigan for the last 4 years. But it was a talk turkey conversation that I think intimidated some around us, but I'm not afraid to have those conversations, and neither is Joe Biden.
Well, you made the point 4 years ago that your district has every kind of Michigan voter. Just every single demographic is in your district. You speak to all of them all the time. You're very clearly in contact with Trump voters, Republican voters all the time in your district, and you want to know what they think. What does that tell you of where we are tonight in Michigan? Would you just leave it at it's competitive, either one of them can win?
It is competitive, and anybody who doesn't take that seriously, doesn't think that their vote matters, you thought that 4 years ago, and look what happened to this country. So you can't take it for granted. I don't even want to tell you I feel a tad better. Because I don't know who's going to vote. I know a lot of Democrats have voted. I know a lot of Republicans are going to turn out. I'm listening to people. You know what happened on Saturday, right before I was surrounded by the Trump supporters? 3 women, one was celebrating her 74th birthday, had never done anything political in their life, and they came to hand out voter guides. And they don't like posters calling them suburban housewives either. But they turned out. Those are women that didn't vote last time. So, but it's competitive. And anybody who thinks that this election can't go any way, anybody who believes those polls, anybody who gets a false sense of security, the only vote that matters is the vote that's actually cast at the polls. The pollsters are putting their fingers in the wind. They don't know what you are really doing. That vote is the biggest voice we have.